Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Skillet coming to you from X4 Foundations. Today's video is going to be dual-purposed. It is going to be a Let's Talk video because we haven't had one of those in a long time. And then it's also going to be the ending of our illegal goods series. Now, before we get into it, if you do enjoy any of the series, the Let's Talk, Accomplished Scientist, Terran Cadet, Fires of Defeat, Borat, anything that we have done in the past, and you keep coming back, think about throwing up a subscribe. Maybe something in this video is a little different in your universe. Maybe you did something a little different than what I did. Maybe you have a comment. Throw up a comment. I try to get to them. I try to answer them. I do read them. Just toss it up there, because if you're not just going to help me, you might help somebody else going through a similar situation. And then if you do like the video, hit that like button. But how the illegal goods series came about was from a comment. Now, the comment was roughly, I made a lot of money with illegal goods. It was very lucrative, and that got me thinking. I said, well, I haven't really done anything with illegal goods. I don't even know how to really find a black marketeer. And why not? Let's try it out. Let's see how much money we can really make. So we did the Tides of Avarice start, where you are flying with the Vigor Syndicate and you deliver goods to the casino. And then we use that to then move on to illegal goods. Now, maybe it's the universe that I am in, but I don't think illegal goods are really that lucrative. And again, maybe it's the universe. Maybe there's not enough water or wheat or spice or swamp plants or whatever else that can go into making any of the illegal goods. And maybe it's just the limitation on this universe. Maybe it's not really conducive to that. As the universe grows and gets more established, maybe it will be. Or if we get the boron involved, who are thirsty squid folk, maybe that can help. But I honestly don't think that illegal goods is very lucrative. Now, there are two different mechanics that go along with the illegal goods. Mechanic 1. We're going to get to our little Raleigh over here, which was our starting ship. Now, when we reached out into the universe, our first goal was find black marketeers, which I do believe is a very lucrative thing to do, because I think at the top end we got 1 million credits just to do a black marketeer. And I think the other one was like 700,000. It's lucrative, big money, early game. And we were able to actually find 2 black marketeers. Now, for black marketeers, you want to stick around defense stations, but once you find them, you will need to also find where you can locally, if you can, locally, or very close, find some illegal goods. Maha Dust and Space Weed over there. And we had our Raleigh go on repeat order to buy, sell Maha Dust, Spaceweed, and then sell to these 2 black marketeers. And we divided it into 2 different illegal goods, because when you sell to a black marketeer, they don't sell, or they don't buy in large quantities. They'll take 100 Maha Dust, they'll take 150 Space Fuel, they'll take 200 Spaceweed, 50 stimulants. Now, out of all of these, the biggest bang for your dollar is going to be, or credit, is going to be the stimulants. We never got to that point because as we were going, we never broke 10 million until we kind of took over some katanas and sold those things. But it was very slow going, because once you sell to the black marketeer 100 Maha Dust, you then lock that ware for all the other black marketeers. So this one down here would not buy Maha Dust, and then the one in the Aurora Casino would also not buy Maha Dust. The ware is at that point treated like Nevidium is in trade stations. So then our next thought was, well, where else can we sell? If I max out the black marketeer, and then I have to wait time for that demand to go up and their stock diminish, where else can I sell this? How else can I make money? Where you can make your money is trade stations. Now, each trade station acts a little differently than the others. Like, let's take this Raleigh again, and this trade station over here in Antigone will more than likely want Maha Dust or Space Weed. Space Weed more so than the Maha Dust. But you don't see space fuel, right? No space fuel. Now, if we go to... We still have him selected. If we go to the trade station over here in Sagaris Pioneers, stimulants. If we go to the trade station in the HOP, space fuel, space weed. No stimulants. No Maha Dust. So each trade station will want a specific illegal ware more so than another one. So then the goal at that point was to find where I can purchase what they're looking for, or even this trade station, because we are selling to this one. Maha Dust Space Fuel. Where can we really sell these goods at? Now, how the illegal good works for a trade station is not the same as a black marketeer. Mechanic number 2. Since each trade station has its own demand for a specific illegal good or a group of illegal goods, what happens after you fulfill that demand at that station is then that ware is locked out like Nevidium is for that specific station. You do not flood the universe with just that one. The other trade stations that have that demand for that specific illegal good, again, space fuel, space weed, Maha Dust, or stimulants, will also buy that until you max that one out as well. And then the mechanic there is, with time, its stock will diminish magically, magic space wand, and they will purchase more from you. That is where we kind of found you can make the most money. But as I said in the beginning of the video, maybe it's this universe. Maybe it's the universe that we are in to do this, but we have found storage supply issues. We've found stock supply issues. Not enough water, not enough energy, not enough storage modules on stations to be able to produce the product. And then, if you rely on scale plate, you then have the offhand that the Vigors will come by, or nobody's actually trading with them, which is aggravating in itself. But these are problems that you might also come across, or maybe you have, and you found a way to make illegal goods work. Maybe it's not something that you can get into right away. Maybe it's something that you have to let your universe kind of develop into. Maybe you have to develop that infrastructure to be able to keep that ware going in production. Because we've found in bigger space, this station not producing. It doesn't have the storage capacity. We have found over here where there's just not enough goods coming into the station to be able to produce the ware. We have found a little bit of supply chain issues, or just dumb AI logic, to really kind of put a hamper on trying to make money. But also with the limited amount that the black marketeers are willing to take, doesn't help. And then if I have to ship goods from across the universe, we've only got stopped by the cops once or twice. It hasn't been many times. Thank you, boas. But then they will drop that ware, which is not a big deal. It's not a big deal, because if you can keep that coming and you can keep fulfilling that demand, maybe it can be lucrative. But that's what we kind of found, or in my opinion, that's what I kind of found illegal goods to be, is unlucrative, not worthy of the chase. Now, if you are in disagreement, I am 100% totally willing to hear what you have to say, because I wanted this to work. I really did. I thought this was a really cool idea. And again, maybe it's just time and development in the universe that can really make that work. Or maybe you have to be the instrument to push that into the universe. But let me know your thoughts. Have you done illegal goods? Was it lucrative for you? How did you do it? If you write me a novel in a comment, I will read it. And if you do, somebody else down the road will probably read it as well and think, that could be an idea. That could be a good little focus on a playthrough. Because now, where I sit now after this experience is one thing that I have never done in any playthrough is start with water or meat or wheat or any of the foodstuffs that each faction does. I have never done that. And you start with, Antigone, Young Gun, Wayward Scion, or any of the other ones that you could do with any of the Commonwealth. You start with food manufacturing blueprint already, depending on what, race, nationality, faction that you are. You have a food producer in your blueprints for a station. I am very curious on what we can do with making water, with making those bare bones things, because I'm not even going to try to take a look. That is something also brewing in my head, because as we end the Illegal Goods series, we are going to focus on the Terran Cadet series. We're going to try to just wipe that out, and then we do have some other ideas brewing in terms of another series. One thing that has been floated, again by another comment, is just a piracy playthrough where we push, or we help pirate fleets stay afloat. We either pirate ships and sell to pirate fleets or factions, or we produce ships and then sell those to pirate factions. There's a myriad of ways that we could actually start that series by custom start, or we can craft the universe in that image that we want. We could do the Parented storyline and side with the Dukes. We can, side with the Curbs for the Split, because the Split are very ubiquitous when it comes to their pirates, because it's the fallen families, not the free families, and the fallen families don't have stations. But then also, what can we do as a farmer of the universe? How can we grow that food production? Is that food production actually going to be lucrative? There's maybe a handful of stations that kind of do things with it if they don't like have dormitories. So there's other things that we can do. But I do want to hear from you. Have you done illegal goods? Have you done food? Have you done water? What have you done to also make a profit, but very simple? That's going to be Skillet signing out for now. I will catch you guys again. I hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you do watch. See you later.